Excuse me, knock knock. Who's there?
What the? What? Why did a Goron just walk into our courtroom?
I've never heard him called that. That's great.
What's with this guy? He's a Goron!
In this without a walkthrough the entire time. Friends.
Yeah, I started it after you said that. Like after, like as you started to say that we didn't do it, I started it then. No, that's
yeah,
just
we
like
didn't do it. We didn't do it. Hello, I'm PatchyEcho. This is not my video. I don't know why I started with myself, but
Yeah.
it's fine.
Like, come on, Patchy.
Last episode we were dealing with half prostitute, half Satan. And in this episode we're doing more things.
Yeah.
February 23rd, 11:56 a.m. Just record Defendant Lobby number 2, not to be confused with. I'm confused.
Yeah, that's fair.
Mr. Wright.
Now what?
Are trials
Always like this with you?
like you're swimming up from the bottom of a lake about to reach the surface? But no matter how hard you paddle, you never seem to get there?
Pretty much. Except today we're swimming in quicksand. What happened to your sister anyway?
Apparently she got called off to the judge's chambers.
Ooh. Probably something to do with that piece of bomb.
So, this is where we turn this trial around, right? Our only weapon, a tiny insignificant piece of cloth.
I'm the one who's starting to feel tiny and insignificant, to tell you the truth. Oh no.
Hola, partner. They say you show real cloth to a bull, it'll fire up his temper. That's what they told me when I was a youngin', at least. Officer Marshall! Thought I'd come take a look, see how the trial's going. Looks like I'm late. They've got the home ranch locked down tighter than a fort in enemy territory.
That hard to slip out, huh? What is going on over there anyway? All the police I've seen these last few days have been really on edge.
Don't you got enough on your plate without worrying about other people, compadre? You could be worrying about the chief prosecutor's taste in mufflers, for example. I lost my southern accent. Officer Marshall? The whole muffler thing didn't have anything to do with scarves. She wasn't even wearing a scarf. You don't say. Now don't that just beat it all? Best all. What the fuck was that line? I've seen the red breeze blow at her slender neck many a time. Hee-haw. Saw it that day too. She was wearing a red muffler. What? At the awards ceremony of the afternoon, Edward's seen it too, I'd reckon.
What does that mean? In the photo I've taken of the crime scene, she wasn't wearing a scarf.
So, Miss Star wasn't mistaken. Well, it's about time. Remember, partner, sometimes you gotta grab the bull by the horns. Sometimes you just gotta let that bull go where it will. Time will tell.
I have a bad feeling about this.
So, what are we swimming in now, Mr. Wright? If it's steak sauce, I can hook you up with some fine ribs. Oh, wee!
How often do you eat ribs?
Not very.
Okay.
How often do you eat ribs? February 23rd, 12:32 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 9.
Like 3 times a year.
That makes sense. Same. Rabble. I'd like to resume.
What's up? The judge keep looking over at the prosecution.
Is something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Your face is blue, your lips are purple, you're sweating bullets. That furrowed brow, those grinding teeth, those watery eyes. What's more, your eyes are unfocused, you're doubled over, your back is bent. It can't be. This can't happen. I wonder what happened to Mr. Edgeworth. Well then, I believe it is time we continued on with this trial. During our recess, I had requested that the prosecution conduct an investigation. This is unacceptable! It seems our prosecutor is quite beside himself. Excuse me, knock knock. Who's there?
What? Why did a Goron just walk into our courtroom?
I've never heard him called that. That's great.
What's with this guy? He's like a Goron! The strangest of the aura seems to be filling the courtroom.
Hey! The temperature rose 5.7 degrees when that man came in.
He's a Goron! Gorons are... I'm not gonna finish that sentence.
What, hot?
Yes.
I mean,
They live in
that's because they live in
volcanoes.
volcanoes.
Yeah. Where on earth is he?
Ah, it's you. This is where you... Oh! Sorry I'm late, Udgy. The roads were packed. It's just me. Long time no see, eh, Udgy? How you been? Swim much these days? Ah, hello. No, I've been so busy. Busy, smizzy, Udgy, my boy. You have to make time to relax. Yes, indeed.
So in this scenario, is that dude a Goron and this dude Hylian? Is he the king?
Is he the king? Udgy seems to be his nickname for the judge?
I'm afraid you're right. Very afraid. I'm sorry, bud. Who are you?
Aha, so you're Righto, the attorney. I've heard good things about you, son.
Thanks?
So sorry about a little worthy giving you all that trouble, eh? You know, we should all go swimming together sometime. Jolly.
That would be fun. A little worthy?
Mr. Wright. You don't know the district chief of police?
Chief of police?
He's the top-ranking police officer in the entire district. Name's Gant, Damon Gant. Pleased to meet you, everyone. Haha.
Like... Okay then.
So what do we owe this honor today? It's been over 2 years since you last came to this courtroom, hasn't it? Well, it's worthy here. Look at the poor fellow. I just thought I'd help out by bringing this.
Hey, that's...
My sister's muffler!
So Mr. What? Just see. When the crime occurred, this guy really was wearing that muffler.
But to think that it was stuffed into that exhaust pipe. On little Worthy's car, no less. It really quite embarrassing, even for us. What's this? It's what you call a switchblade knife. Quite perplexing, this. Rabble, 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 rabble. Chief, what kind of outfit are you running? Mr. Edgeworth. How could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If your investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do our job? Now, wait a minute, Worthy. I've no desire to hear your excuses. I'm telling you to wait. Or didn't you hear me? Have a look at this document where it says person in charge of investigation. There's no mistaking that signature, is there, Miles Edgeworth? That's not fair. On the day of the crime, I had your head in the clouds because you got that award. I know how you feel. But you're the person in charge. I'll expect a written apology. What? Are you serious? Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made. This is the first time I've seen Mr. Edgeworth at a loss for words. That was a messed up Emma accent voice, but whatever. This kind of major blunder is unlike you, Mr. Edgeworth. Morning voices.
Yay. Yeah, because
Gah.
this is the earliest we've recorded. How is it?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah. Good.
The court accepts this new evidence. But I'd like to ask the defense a favor first.
Yes?
Just to be sure, I'd like to take a look at the blade of this knife. Why am I giving you the British accent? What the hell?
Honor? Well, I don't see why not.
Could you open up for me, I wonder?
Yes, well, I think all you have to do is push that switch and...
If I cut my finger, Mr. Wright, I won't be able to pound my gavel anymore.
Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I won't be able to point at people anymore.
Come on, just hurry up and open it!
Why are
think
you
it
going
does it
so
for you.
far? Like, you can go the other direction.
Bam! What? Don't scare me like that!
I'm not even scared.
Look at this knife blade. The tip is broken off.
And it's darker, it's stained blood.
Switchblade knife added to the court record. This does not excuse the actions of the police department. I would like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself. I'm terribly sorry, but could I ask you to testify for us about the split between the prosecutors and the police and this knife? Sure thing, not a problem, not even a little one, really.
Oh, yay. Hear this.
This knife is special, but I can't say how here. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed at the police department, see? What a mess. The time of the crime? 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? Is this guy Canadian? I don't know. He just said it's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it.
Not
Do they have Gorons in Canada?
Patchy. Do you think we have volcanoes in Canada?
I don't know.
They're more likely on Hawaii. Not all Canadians are the only culture or country to say A. Okay?
Are you sure? A?
I'm pretty sure that might.
There was a murder at the police department. A detective? That's hush-hush information, Aji. We haven't exactly announced it yet. Except to everybody in this courtroom. Well, wait a second. You said 5:15. That's the exact time that Detective Goron was killed at the prosecutor's office. Rabble. Order. Anyway, we at the department were all aflustered, as you might well assume. We're in the middle of a top secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay? I think we understand the police department situation. Well, Mr. Wright?
Two guys killed at the same time in two different places.
Chances of that are really slim. Scientifically speaking, of course.
I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness.
Patchy,
Very
what's
well,
going on with your
however.
phone?
That's my controller,
Oh,
because I'm playing Pheonix Wright like you are.
okay.
Yeah. It's all my dates. Keep your questions focused on the case at hand.
Yes, Mr. Popular over there.
Listen. Oh, press everything.
Excuse
Not
me,
everything.
Special?
Mm-hmm. Hard to come by this particular knife anywhere else.
May that special thing be this little tag.
Oh, sorry, Righto, but I can't say that now. Not that. We've established that the knife in Goodman's chest was this knife. Now, why was there another knife at the scene of the crime? That's quite a mystery. And like a mystery, it's wrapped in something. A muffler. Fine present. Unless there is evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman,
Do I press this?
you can present evidence.
What do I present?
You skipped it. Boom.
This one?
Yeah.
I know, I don't want to look at it, I want to present it. Wait a second.
Ah, at last, an honest-to-goodness objection.
This knife. This has to be something. This has to have something to do with Detective Goodman.
What do you mean? Ah, an honest-to-goodness, what do you mean from Aji? This is great.
Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL92.
And this is important. Why?
Over here, we also have a memo that was on the body of the victim.
What's this?
6 minus 7.
6 minus 7s 12/2 December 2nd?
Your Honor, it's upside down.
Upside.
The printed name on the memo makes it look like it's right side up. But if you turn it around, what do you get?
Ah. Aha!
Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down.
SL9. That's the same thing that's written on the knife's tag.
Rabble.
Order. Well, Chief. Ah, well. I guess the cat's out of the bag. You win, Righto.
I win? Ah, what game is this guy playing?
This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room.
Do I press?
Yup.
So this knife was stolen.
Yes, but on the day of the murder. It was evidence, you say. was it in fact a murder weapon? Nice, nice, nice. Good show, little worthy. It was a murder weapon, as it happens. It was evidence from a case long since solved.
The knife was stolen on the day of the murder, and it was found in the exhaust pipe of Edward's car.
Hard to think there isn't a connection there.
Something happened at the police department too, huh?
You got a good look in your eyes there, Wright, my boy. Sharp. Hungry. So, something did happen. And why wasn't I informed? Why weren't you informed? Well, why didn't you ask? No matter, I understand you were busy, what with Lana's case and all.
Well, what happened? What happened at the police department that day?
Detective was go to the police department.
On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department.
That's a fact. Surprising, isn't it, Udgy? I'm at a loss for words. And the perpetrator, do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact.
Just arrested? That was quick.
Still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, righto?
I suppose I could help, if you help me by giving me data on your case.
Good one. This kid's sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing, and one thing only.
We already know when the victim died. You already said that.
Yeah.
And we gotta know where it was found. How did the victim was killed? Well, how was the detective killed?
How was he killed? Now that's the interesting part. It was what we in the force call a stabbing with a knife.
Right?
That's exactly the same as Detective Goodman.
Did they have a soul link and then one of them died, so the other one did too?
They have a soul link.
I mean, like, it's a good question, right? Pheonix, right?
That's the spirit we're cooking now. This scam likes your theory.
Yeah.
But you know, that's not the only thing that was exactly the same.
What do you mean?
There were more similarities between the two cases and the cause of death.
Seems like I'm going to have to press this a bit harder.
Go back. Go back. Go back. There you go. Now, shoot.
Was I not supposed to?
There's a... Oh, okay, you were supposed to. Where the victim was found.
But tell me, where was the victim found?
Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found. But I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department.
Ah, the evidence room. Wait a second, I've heard of that.
The evidence room? Didn't he mention that in his testimony just now? This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room.
There's a connection between the two cases.
You seem happy, Mr. Wright.
Happy? We just got handed our ticket to go to town on this case. With the link between the two cases established, we have some leverage. Now you get Yan to testify about the details.
It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it.
Correct. Chief, the defense position is simply this. The connection between these two cases has already been proven.
Huh? You don't say. Well, out with it, Righto. What's your connection? Yes, out with it, Mr. Wright.
The connection is a plate mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room.
Not to mention the victim had on him the case number on the knife's evidence tag.
We also know that the detective who murdered the police department was killed in that very same evidence room.
Indeed. There do seem to be too many connections for it to be a coincidence. You two make a good pair. It took my men 2 days to find out what you deduced right here. Chief, I request that you release your information on the victim at the police department. See, that's the tricky part. It hasn't been announced yet, and all.
Can we get the information unofficially?
Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all.
What? Really?
Who would have guessed?
And this Goron's very cooperative.
I'll cooperate, but I can't reveal the name of the victim of the department, okay?
If you're going to tell us a little, why not tell us everything?
Ah, well, case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly.
Oh, well. I guess I might as well try to get...
Victim's ID number.
Alright. Okay, how about you tell me the victim's ID number?
Sure, why not? It's not like you'll be able to tell who it is from that.
Of course not. You won't tell me their name after all.
We keep a tight lid on ID numbers, so don't go getting your hopes up. The number is 5,842,189. Well, that's quite long.
Oh, no. It says it. 5842189. That's Goodman, though.
And we have to remember these. It drives me nuts.
82. I can't do it. You're welcome to seal your line.
Oh. 8, 2. I can't do it.
You didn't even get the first number right.
Well, Mr. Wright, does this tell you anything?
The ID number of the victim at the police department was 5. This tells me something, yes. Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does. I think.
Meaning?
Ask me what I think it is. But what does this mean?
Well, let's hear what the defense has to say. You say the ID number of the detective who's murdered of the police department tells you something. What does it tell you?
Witness.
What is it, Mr. Wright? You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night.
Did you go to prom?
No, I didn't have prom because private education and Baptists don't dance, and they seem to stick with that rule.
That's fair. I didn't go because I was online with my friends that night. We were
Hell yeah.
gaming. No, I got confused.
And this is news.
Huh?
Just come out with both guns blazing like you always do. Babe.
The police department, the prosecutor's office. 2 places, 2 detectives murdered at one time. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here.
Oh, is it yours?
No, Your Honor. I'm a defense attorney, remember? This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman.
Shame on you, Righto. Personal IDs are top secret.
Detective Goodman's ID number is 5842189.
And this means what exactly?
Huh?
Wait, that ID number we heard from the chief earlier. That started with 82. I've forgotten.
You didn't use the first number right again. The number the chief gave us was 5842189.
Wait a second, right? What is this?
Mean? That's what I want to know. The two ID numbers are identical. In other words, the detective killed in the police department room was Bruce Goodman. What does our witness think about that?
Oh, sharp as a tack, Righto. Sharp as a tack. But wait, Detective Goodman is our victim. You can't have him. He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot.
Yet, Detective Bruce Goodman was also killed at the police department in the evidence room at the exact same time.
That's impossible. So what we're saying is, the same person was killed at the same time? In a completely different location? Rabble. Order. Chief, what does this mean? No. What I want to know is, why did I hear about this? Yes, it's top secret, fine. But I'm the prosecutor in charge of this case. Now just wait a second, Worthy. No need to get all flustered. Your Honor, the police department has made a grave error in this case. Wait. I said wait. Or didn't you hear me? The oversight, the grave error? Mr. Edgeworth, they're yours. What? How? How dare? We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our Officer Meekins who brought you the news.
Officer Meekins?
Officer. The bitch? I'm gonna fight you.
I think we already fought, Patchy. Do you want to go again?
Officer Meekins. Mr. Wright, where have we heard that name before? Wait, aha!
My voice. Yes, dude. Yeah, I'm not reading that again. We already read it.
You don't mean him? According to Meekins, you didn't accept the report. Hard to believe. But your officer, he told me. He said that report had nothing to do with the Lana Sky incident. Detective Bruce Goodman murdered in the police department evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written right on top of the report. Gah. Why didn't your officer tell me? Honestly, I'm not sure that officer was capable of making the connection.
So true.
He did seem challenged. In any case, this is a serious error, a gross negligence of duty on your part, Worthy. But sir, you could have submitted that report this morning to the court as evidence. Then I
What?
No such luck this time, worthy, or should I say, unworthy. What? Now, what was the second rule of evidence law? Well, Mr. Wright.
It's
Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And how is this rule relevant? Normally, you submit a list of evidence to be used in the court before trial. This report wasn't on that list. So, what does this mean? I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court. The connection was just proven by Wright over there. Good job, Wright, my boy. Let's go swimming later.
I was just doing my job.
No. No!
Rabble. Did you just burp at me?
Seems... Yes, I just burped at you. We have come to the end of this trial. It was water burps. I know you're going through a tough time, Worthy. What with all those rumors? You were even in the defendant's chair just this past December. I apologize for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part. Mr. Edgeworth? Oh, Mr. Edgeworth. Please, just give me one day. I'll get to the bottom of what happened. It's the last thing I do. You'd better get results this time, really. You have my profound apologies, sir. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court. Really? Whatever. I will grant one further day as the prosecution has requested. Will that be sufficient, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Whatever your punishment for this is, for your sake, I hope it's not decisive. Very well. Court is adjourned.
Yay. To be continued.
Oh, yeah.
That was a nice sized episode.
Yeah. The rest isn't gonna be like that, though.
This was the first time that we had a title there that was not more than one episode for this case.
Yay.
And with that being said,
Spread some love into the world for me, my friends. Soon, I will be getting my own laptop, and then B-tean and I got some. We got a thing going on, and it's gonna be great.
yeah.
No, like in the games, not dating, not like that thing going on. Anyways, I'm gonna shut up.
Patchy's getting nervous.
Listen. Peace out from B-tean screen. Have a good. Damn it.
Try again.
Peace out from B-tean screen. Have a good day. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.
That's even worse than the last one.
Damn it.
Peace from
Go
B-tean
ahead.
screen. See you next time, and bye bye.
Bye bye.
Mm-hmm.